Hello, how are you today? This is Pranav from DBS Diary. Uh, Welcome to my channel DBS Diary, and this is for all the people who are from database community, be it data science or data statistics. Okay, all these things. They have to have the background of database. They need to understand the data, how does data behave, how to generate reports, and all that. Okay, so today we are going to cover uh, how to put a DDL statement within transactions. Okay, and how to perform rollback. I mean, if you are a beginner, you would have heard in terms of difference of DDL and DML that DDL cannot be rolled back. Okay, but if you are a DBA, you know that DDL can be rolled back, right? Okay, so we have almost this feature in all the RDBMS, be it SQL Server, be it Oracle, be it no MySQL. Today we are going to cover in the Sybase, like how it is, right? Okay, so we'll see like what is the error that we get if we don't have this enabled. I mean, this is not by default, right? This is not by default in Sybase ASE. We need to enable it. This is something which you have to enable as a DB option, database option, and this is dependent on database to database. So you can enable it for one database and you can keep it disabled for other database, right? So we'll see how to go about it. Okay, so we are going to start and we'll see. First we'll see what is the error that you get if it is not enabled and you try to perform a DDL statement within a transaction. Otherwise, how you perform DDL? It is pretty simple. You create a table, you don't specify begin tran, or you don't specify begin. What you do is you just specify create table name, you have column name, then you have data type, and whether it is not null or null. So those things we do, and at the end of it, what we do is we specify what is the locking mechanism. If we don't specify locking, then it will go for all pages by default, right? So let's start with the lab and see. So right now I'm in test DB, right? And I have to create a table, say for example ABC underscore test in the test DB database. So what we do, we start like begin tran. Okay, so our transaction has been started. I have just commented it. You can remove the comment and just run this statement and see what we get. We get error 2762. This is for create statement. The same thing will be applicable to any DDL that you perform inside a transaction. And what does the error say? It says that the create table command, this is something which is a variable, so it will change if you do alter. If you do anything else also, it will just replace that with that particular command. It is not allowed within a multi-statement transaction in the database name. That is again variable. So now let me show you something which is of different type. It is not create table, so roll it back. Okay, now let's try to use alter table. We, as you know, we have test table A. We had used this table in our index design class, in our validation of index, whether it is really effective or no. And we have used in all other classes wherein we saw what all thing contain in the test table A in terms of logical read, in terms of also for the access permission. We have also seen in terms of roles, how to grant the roles. All that thing we have seen using this test table A and test table. We have like 2-3 tables in our test database. So let's alter this table and try to add a column. Okay, so let's again begin term because we performed rollback, right? Okay, so alter table and add column one of that. Okay, so it again gives you the same error, which is 2762. And as I said earlier, that create table is a variable which will be replaced by the command name. So you can see here it is alter table, right? And then in the last you can see it's test DB database name. So here also we cannot perform that, right? So let's roll it back now. Rollback is not for the table, it is for the sake of having transactions open. Alright. Okay, let's try with one more thing. Let me take something which is existing in the table. Okay, so alter table and drop column something. So if we go and we see table DDL, right? So status will take, status is not part of any index, I guess. Status, no. Okay, so we'll take status column and we'll see alter table, test table A, which is table name, and drop column. I don't remember whether I did begin turn or no. Let me do that again. So alter table and drop status. You will get exactly same thing, right? Okay, so now just roll it back and let's see how to enable this. Okay, and once we enable it, what all things happen in the background. Okay, so let's open our IS. Close this. Okay, so yes. Okay, let me give you a brief about the commands. ISQL is for ISQL utility, which is the default editor of Sybase ASE. Then I use S, which is server name, which is test underscore instance. This is something which is stored in the INI file. In the INI file, you have to have an entry for this one, which will have details of server name, which will have details of the port name, right? And then I use -u, which is for username. I'm using SA user here, but you can use anything else as per your permission or as per your things. And W is for the Windows size. Okay, so oh sorry, so I have to actually go to okay, so I have to use the same command now. Actually, before that, I would like to clear the screen and then we can issue that command. Okay, actually, I'm showing you from the scratch, like you can face all these issues, so how to see what all things are there. In my case, the Sybase variable, it is not very much set in the environment variable of my PC because I'm using multiple things. Okay, I have got multiple versions of Sybase ASE installed. So this way you can see like how to fix it and how to work having variables set in your environment variable. How does that really work? Okay. So we'll be in the master database. Okay, we'll go. We can, I think I forgot to tell you, you can also specify database name in the option when you are doing ISQL, which is -d. Okay, so we'll enable that. I have copied it here. So let me paste it. Now here we will replace with our database name, which is test underscore DB. So we'll enable this option, DDL in tran. Okay, so when you enable it, that time you have to have the checkpoint, but this is something which is internally Sybase ASE is performing on your behalf. Okay, so now if you do sp underscore help db and you will see this will be enabled. You can see this is enabled, DDL in tran is enabled, right? Okay, now if you execute this command begin tran, and now when you try to create this table, you would be able to create it. It's already there. So let me drop this database, drop this table. Okay, so now if I go and execute this command to create the table, and you can see it has been created, you can do select star from this table. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this table is created. Now this was part of our begin tran. So if we want to roll it back, we can roll back or we can commit it. So if we do roll back, this is gone. So now if you execute this command again, this will, sorry, what happened? It was not part. Oh, sorry, because it had already failed in the earlier thing. That is why it didn't really work. Okay, so create table. It might throw error because it's already there. So let me drop this table first, or I can use some different table, but that's okay. So let me do begin tran. Now create table. Select star from this table. You have the table existing. Now roll it back. Roll back, and now use this statement to see. I'm sorry, what is happening? Begin tran, create table. Already there, that's why it is failing. Let me put something else here. Okay, so it would be better. Yes, and now roll back. Before that, you want to test whether it is there or no. So abc1 underscore test, sorry, abc underscore test1, my bad. Okay, so let me close all the tabs here, and now roll back. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, so it is not found. Okay, so it was my bad because I had the other command in between, which was again DDL. So that was following, that was making this statement fail. Okay, so this is there. Now this table creation has been rolled back. So this table doesn't exist anymore. Now let's see something else which was executed earlier for alter table. Okay, so let's do this begin tran again. Okay, alter table and add a column here, which is in our test table A. So now if you do select star from this table, okay, or with the column, so select name comma star from test table A. So name is a new column that we have added. So if you go and see, name is existing there, right? Now if we do the rollback, it will go. So now if you select this column again, okay, so name column does not exist. So this one we have seen that this particular thing works. Okay, and then if you want to suppose now there is another part of it. Okay, now you want to create a table with the hash. So when you do the hash, that means it will go into tempdb database. Okay, and if in the tempdb database this option is not enabled, you will not be able to perform this operation. Okay, see for instance, if I do this abc underscore test and if I add this hash, so this will go into tempdb. So let me try to show you. Now I have two tempdb. Okay, one is user defined tempdb, which has the binding to our database. Okay, user defined database, and then one tempdb is a default database. So we'll have to see which one it goes. If it goes to the default one, I will be able to show you, but if it doesn't go to that one, then I will have to blur that particular thing. Okay, so this is the create table command is not allowed within a multi-statement in the tempdb database. So we are lucky here. So this is going to tempdb database. Now what we'll do is we'll do the same thing that we did for the user database. Okay, so we'll roll back this now, and we'll go and enable that option for our tempdb. Okay, this will throw a warning saying that please make your database consistent. Suppose you have multiple databases which is part of tempdb. So if you change the option only for one of them and did not change for other databases in the tempdb, then you will have consistency issue. Okay, you can have application which will work in a case when this is enabled for that database, when it is dynamically allocated, but it may not work or it will not work when it goes to other tempdbs. That is why it throws a warning saying that when you do this, please make it consistent, right? So you will see here This one is done, and it says that database option is enabled. Attempting to change database option for template database option must be kept consistent across all template databases. So if you do this change, please ensure that you do the same enabling or disabling across all databases inside tempteam. Right? So we have seen that one now. So let's do the begin tran and do this operation and see it is supposed to succeed. Yes. And now you can do select star from abc underscore test. Okay, and you can issue a rollback command. So now if you do this, you will not be able to perform operation of select. Okay, so this was something which we have seen, like how to enable multi-statement transactions, and how to perform DDL within a transaction, and how to do commit and rollback of that. Okay, so this is to address error code 2762. I have done a blog on this. Okay, so you can go through my site and see. So I hope this is something which you like. Please comment if you want me to cover something else. Okay, so thank you, have a nice day. Thank you, bye.